Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Atlanta Company. I'm Christine Pullara. Victims of domestic abuse have a new advocate on their side, not just to help them learn how to cope, but help them fight back literally. Mark James is making major strides to educate and empower women through a program called Angel, and we're so thrilled because Mark joins us now to tell us all about it. How are you?
Doing well, Christine. How about yourself?
I'm great. I'm so anxious to learn more about this program. Tell all of us, including people out there who might be suffering with domestic abuse, what you're about.
Sure. Angel is a program I created about 6 months ago. It's designed to give situational awareness and self-defense training to ladies who have been victims of domestic violence.
And I hear that you're very well trained to carry out a mission like this. Give us your background.
Yeah, I have about 25, 30 years of firearms combatives training. I'm a second-degree black belt in Sikaran karate. But I also tell people that learning karate, learning martial arts is hard. Learning self-defense is relatively easy. It doesn't take a lot of time. Most people, when it comes to defending themselves, very few people under a developmental plan said, I want to grow up and learn how to fight.
Right.
So situational awareness is the most important thing that we can teach ladies when it comes to staying out of harm's way. And I try to take my knowledge that I've learned from martial arts. I'm a bodyguard by profession.
Okay.
I'm also a firearms and combative instructor, but I use the Secret Service model. We don't wake up in the morning and say, how do we put the president in harm's way so we can use all of our tactics?
Right.
We say, how do we keep him out of harm's way so we don't have to go to plan 2, which is the defensive tactics or the firearms. And those are the things that we want to teach ladies is pre-incident indicators, things that are early warning signs around the potential for violence so they can get out of that situation and not have to resort to the defensive tactics.
Sure. And why are you so passionate about this? Where did this come from?
Well, I grew up in a family where there's a lot of community service involved, and there's an old saying in the Bible called, too much is given, much is expected, or much is required.
Right.
And I think it's important for all of us to give back in some type of way. There's a saying that my father used to tell me. He said, heroes aren't larger than life, they're just larger than their own lives. And so I felt that as a way that I needed to try to give back because I've been blessed with a lot of opportunities throughout my life.
Well, good for you. And you're going to these shelters and you're training these women who unfortunately have been through abuse. What is that like for you?
You know, the toughest thing about the shelters is seeing the agony on the ladies' faces. But the blessing in the program is at the end of those 2 or 3 hours we spend time with them, to see the sense of empowerment and the self-esteem that they have. And I always tell people, that's why it's called self-esteem. It doesn't require anybody's permission but yours. And love is not supposed to hurt.
Right.
And
so important. We hear that over and over again. If you're in a relationship, love is not supposed to hurt. Absolutely. And you're going to show me some moves now?
Absolutely.
I'm excited. All right. I'm pretty tough now. Just kidding. Been working out, Mark. Show me. Show me. Let me show you what I got.
Well, one of the #1 things that I always talk to ladies about, if it doesn't have to be a fight, let's not make it be a fight.
Okay, good point.
If it has to be a fight, then we fight ferociously. When it comes to most men, when it comes to grabbing ladies, oftentimes you might be on public transportation, you might be at a bar, you're out in some public place, and a man might reach up and grab you by the arm.
Okay.
But most of the time when they're grabbing you by the arm, they want to talk to you, or they might want to feel one of your body parts, but they're not trying to fight you. So don't make it be a fight unless it needs to be a fight.
Okay, good point.
And because oftentimes if you do something very aggressive immediately, that might give you aggression back in return.
Of course, yeah. Good point.
So oftentimes I'll teach ladies how to get out of a basic wrist grab. And what I want you to do is, the weakest part of my grip is at my thumb. So I just want you to rotate your hand this way towards my thumb.
Okay. Oh,
and so,
not bad at all.
So pretty simple.
Yeah.
The next thing I want you to do is, as you rotate your hand towards my thumb, I want you to bring them up a little bit higher.
Okay.
I want you to bring them up here and say, I'm sorry, you have me confused with someone else.
Okay. I'm sorry you have me confused.
Open up your hands.
Okay.
Non-threatening.
How am I doing? Okay,
right
non-threatening.
There. Okay, right there. I'm sorry you have me confused with somebody else.
So keep my hands up.
Absolutely, because this is nothing but this with my hands open.
Okay, let's try that again, Mark. I want to be prepared here. I'm sorry you have me confused with someone else. I'm going to walk away now.
Right here. No, right here, because
I'm making up my own stuff.
Any man with any kind of moral fiber around him, when he hears that, I'll say, you know, let me pay attention to this lady. She doesn't know this gentleman. So I'll probably come save the town for you.
Okay, good.
But if you immediately resort to a defensive tactic, then all of a sudden it starts to be combative.
Right.
So unless you're prepared to fight, you've created a fight where maybe it didn't need to be a fight.
Okay, good point. So here I've held my hands up and I'm
and your hands are still in your face.
Defensive, but not in an aggressive manner.
Right. So now ball up your fists. that is the same position, a fighting position, but your hands are open and it's non-threatening. So if you decide that I escalate the situation, you can immediately resort to defensive tactics.
Okay, I like that.
Another very, very small move. If a person puts their hand around your throat, what I want you to do is drop your chin as hard as you can towards your chin. Now, I'm going to try to squeeze your throat. Drop it down hard. Can you breathe?
I can, yeah.
Okay, it's uncomfortable, but you can breathe.
Absolutely.
So when you drop your hand...
I love to come home with bruises. Jim's going to say, what happened?
When you drop your hand into the crease of my hand right here, your chin, I can't close my hand anymore.
Okay, good. Let's do that again so I know it. Okay. So that, and then I lock down on it. Okay.
Now, this time, turn around.
Okay.
Anytime you feel somebody come up behind you, drop your chin to your chest. Drop your chin and hold it right there as tight as you can. Drop it down.
Okay.
Okay, drop it so it touches your chin. And if you keep it there, I can't choke you from the rear.
Okay, good point.
So the first things are, let me teach you how to not get choked, and then I'll teach you the defensive tactics, how to work from there.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, so sometimes the most important thing is to not get choked, because if you get choked unconscious, I can do anything I want to with you.
Right, so scary.
So you want to start to learn some things. If I come with a two-hand choke, and we talked about this in the green room, I want you to bring your hands right up below mine, right through there, grab the back of my head, and put both your thumbs in my eyes.
I heard about this when I was in my sorority.
Okay.
It seems really...
Now, and people, oftentimes with ladies, what you have to teach them is they're always, I don't want to really hurt him.
Right.
But think about when somebody grabs you around your throat, if they know what they're doing, they can probably choke you unconscious anywhere from about 5 to about 10 seconds.
Oh, no. If somebody's attempting to do that, I'm going to give it everything I got. So
absolutely.
It does feel weird, though, when we talked about it. So I'm going like this.
Right.
And I'm trying
Now, the reason I want you to come that way, the first time you try to go around my arms, that's too visual. I see it coming. Right. When you come through the middle of my arms, I don't see it. So immediately, when the hands touch your throat, you immediately come straight up the middle. And you want to grab the back of the head so he can't pull away. And then you want to feel like you're sticking your thumbs into the back of his eyes.
Oh, okay.
But you want him to turn your wrists.
Right. Like really press in.
Do you remember when Halle Berry got the award for Best Actress?
Yeah.
Remember the long, protracted kiss which she was not expected?
Yes.
Okay. Well, a little bit of training. Obviously, she didn't want to break the guy down, but all she had to do was reach up and take her thumb and just stick it right in the middle of his trachea, and he would have backed up immediately.
Okay.
And it's very non-threatening. It's very unassuming. Right there. So right in the hollow part of the throat, grab by the back, stick your thumb there.
Stick your thumb right there. Okay.
And the biggest thing when it comes to teaching self-defense training is understanding vital strike areas. Okay. When you find a man that's really, really big, you don't fight the big parts of his body, you fight the small parts of his body. You're physically strong enough right now to break a finger. Okay. My finger only has a limited range of motion going this way. It has a lot of range of motion going this way. Right. Take your fist and make a tight fist. Now take your pinky outside your fist. Okay. How tight is your fist?
Still really tight, I think. No?
Now how tight is your fist?
No, not.
Okay, so if you break this finger, how hard can you hit me with this hand?
Good point.
So you don't fight the 22-inch arms, you don't fight the 52-inch chest, you break small things.
Great. I'm so bummed, Mark, because we're out of time, but this is all such great information. And where can people get more and, most importantly, learn about the book also?
Okay. They can go to Amazon.com and they can pick up a copy of the book. Good. It's called Common Sense Self-Defense, a Women's Self-Defense Survival Guide. I'll be doing some situational training at Piedmont Park Saturday morning at 8 o'clock.
Wonderful.
From 8 to 11.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate it. And it's great for all of us ladies out there. Know what to do. Be preventative, proactive, so you never have to get in that situation. And to find out more about Mark James, his Panther Protection Services, and the Angel Program, log on to pantherprotectionservices.com. Great information. We'll